All right, folks, I know this video is going to get a lot of flack, but some things just need to be said. I believe, at least. Front-end developments continues to hype up Powerplay 2.0. I think that is a mistake. I think they're doing the wrong thing. I think they're creating inflated expectations for what I believe it is fair to characterize as essentially just a reskin of Powerplay 1.0. The changes that are being put in place are not substantial, or at least not substantial enough to warrant anything like the hype that these guys are putting together, and kind of leave a breeding disappointment. And that kind of sucks, especially when they're on a roll, like with their new ships, which are amazing instead, and with the end of the Fargood War, which is awesome, and with many other cool events like the Defense of Shindes, which is amazing, plus the new sort of surprise feature, which, if as we expect, is base building, and that is something that Front-End Developments knows how to do with their theme park expertise, is also something that I'm very personally very much looking forward to. I just feel that all this hype around Powerplay 2.0 is just misplaced. Like even today, like Zach Koherke, like one of the community developers, I think now brand manager, posted on X about about the Ascendancy experience, which by the way is a super hyped up name, and by the way, the name of an amazing old game for PC, which kind of like irks me even more as I think about it. But that story is aside. Let's look at Powerplay 2.0. What do we have? We have a rework system where all of the Powerplay modules, mind you, they're not adding new modules, or they haven't mentioned adding new modules, but all the existing modules are now accessible from a single power, just in different order. That's good. Like that actually prevents people from hopping among different powers just for the sake of getting module rewards and unlocking them all, which is something I shamelessly did, like a lot of other people have done. People who have no interest in actually contributing to a power, they just want unlocking the modules because they want them for other purposes. You don't have to do that anymore. You can actually stick to a single power and unlock modules within that single power. That's a good thing. That's probably the better change, I want to say, of the overall Powerplay 2.0 system. They're adding one new power, an Alliance faction. Great. Not that it matters much, I think, but why not? Good addition. They are getting rid of the CC system and voting, which candidly sucked. So that's good. These are all good things that they're doing with Powerplay. However, it remains a system that is not only not limited to open, but doesn't even have an advantage in playing in open. What that means is that 99% of a player base will play or will do Powerplay in either solo or private group, which defeats the purpose of Powerplay entirely. And the comment that they made about not being open only at launch, well, my reaction to that, this is my reaction to that. Guys, not at launch. Do you remember? Sorry, I'm kind of losing it. Do you remember VR for Odyssey and VR for Odyssey not being available at launch? Well, it's like exactly the same thing, right? It's your way of telling us ain't gonna happen. And it's kind of the insulting and offensive of our intelligence, and it makes you look intellectually dishonest to talk about it that way. Just own it and say, we're not doing it. We chose not to make it open only. Man up, own it. Like this not at launch nonsense is insulting of your player base and of our intelligence, and just kind of not worth talking more about. So I'm gonna let it go. So again, everybody's gonna be trucking away in solo, continue trucking away in solo as part of Powerplay, and that's how we're gonna get by way on new leaderboards. So whoever is gonna be at the top of the leaderboards isn't gonna breed admiration, respect, as you'd imagine from someone who had achieved actually something noteworthy in a community. They were gonna be derided, made fun of, as people who are being trucking away, hidden in solo, 24/7, longer than anybody else. Like, how is that worthy of admiration or any kind of recognition from a community standpoint? It isn't. It isn't. It's just something that it's actually worth making fun of. So yeah, that's what leaderboards are going to be. They're going to be to make fun of people who play that way. So lame, big time lame. So not open only, with basically the self-defeating purposes of that choice. You can't win. You can't defeat a power. There's no mechanism in game. They admitted to it that allows you to actually kick out a power. Again, not at launch. They're going to monitor this closely. Same kind of insane laughter on my part, which I'm not going to repeat because it would be awkward. It was awkward the first time already. I get it. But still, it was genuine. But yes, same level of inward laughter regarding the monitoring closely. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, either own it or don't. Say, there will be a mechanism, we will put it in place, and here's how it's going to work, or there won't be. And all you're going to do is move borders and boundaries back and forth, left and right, without any meaningful, lasting impact on the game, which kind of sucks. But if that's what your design choice is, own it. Just say it. Respect the intelligence of your players. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm anything but bullish on Powerplay 2.0, which is not how the community feels, because the community is hyped up. Like, Frontier has been successful in hyping up the community about Powerplay 2.0, which I think sucks and is going to be majorly counterproductive, the way that Odyssey was hyped up before launch, and then we got Odyssey in the state it was at launch, which was not great, if those who were around at the time will remember. I think Powerplay 2.0 is going to be even worse. And the fact that they've named this robo-aiding ascendancy is going to make it even worse. So my dice, for what it's worth, and not that it's being requested, so not particularly viable, but I'll put it out there anyway, is stop hyping Powerplay 2.0. Focus on the cool stuff in the game. Focus on the new ships, which are awesome. Focus on the Fargrid War, which has been amazing. Focus on your new feature, hopefully base building, which would be amazing. And stop hyping what you're fundamentally doing as a reskin of a current system, which is just going to disappoint a lot of people. Not worth it. And please, stop insulting our intelligence with this not a launch stuff. Just own the choices you make. Everybody will be much better for it. With that, end of this very controversial video. Glory to mankind. Commander Mechan, over and out.